It's not Sunday. It's Tuesday.
Right? Taco
Kind of
Tuesday.
thrown off. Kind of thrown off being doing a show on a Tuesday, but we make it work, right?
Yes. And you're on. Can you hear me?
I hope my power and I can hear you, but
Okay.
my Wi-Fi keeps going out, so we'll see how long this lasts tonight. Next weekend is the big event. It is the Witches and Wellness event in Dekalb, Illinois. Am I lagging?
A little bit.
Okay. In Dekalb, Illinois on Saturday the 11th and Sunday the 12th at Altridge Hall in Dekalb, Illinois. We will have vendors, speakers, lecturers, workshops, everything that all in one place. It will be a fun, great event. Pricing starts at $15. It goes up to $25 depending on the level of tickets you want. And then workshops range from $10 all the way up to $40, depending on which workshop you want to do. We have a wide variety. You can check out our Facebook page at Witches and Wellness Expo for all of the expo workshops, lectures, vendors, all the fun information that you need for this event. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I actually fly down next Tuesday to do final event prep and stuff, but I'm excited. Tonight is our last guest spotlight interview, and we have the one and only Ranae. You may all know her. She is a psychic medium. She is a teacher. She is just an overall amazing lady. She has taught me so much in the few years I've known her. So let's bring her up here. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey. I'm doing good. It's a little warm. I like warm, though, so we're good with that. I always tell people, as long as I don't go hot into air conditioning, I'm fine. If you just put me out hot, I would stay there all day long and never complain.
Yeah.
So it's a back and forth that makes
absolutely. So tell everyone a little about yourself, how you found out that you had the gifts and what you're well known for.
Okay. Gosh, it's a weird story. So I am a psychic medium and a medical intuitive. How did I know I had my gifts? I didn't figure it out until my life fell apart, upside down, reversed, and then when it got really bad, it got worse. You know what I mean? Like, it was like I was already running away. I was hiding from my life. I ran to the Northwoods and then put myself in a very busy place where I was seeing hundreds, if not thousands of people in a year. And next thing you know, my job burned to the ground. So it's like when it got worse, it got worse. And then it was kind of like this showed up. Quite literally, a class online was like, hey, you don't have a job and I'm teaching, it's free. What do you know? I'm like, okay, I'll go do this class. Why not? I have nothing better to do. And found out I was very naturally good at it. Didn't know why, didn't know anything. But the longer I've stayed with this, and that was back in 2014. And the longer I stayed, the more classes I took, the more I worked on myself and my own abilities, the more I realized it was always there. And Jenny's gone. And the more it was like memories, moments throughout time, like literally going back as far as I can remember, knowing people, or something was there in the dark and being terrified because I didn't know what it was, or always knowing things before I should know things, as an adult, as a kid, whatever. So yeah, the abilities have always been there, but honestly, I wasn't around this growing up. I had a curiosity. I had a dabbling. I would go psychic jumping for readings from other people, but never once did I think I could do it, but next thing you know, here I am. And the medical intuitive, I think, comes from 21 years as a nurse, 5 years as a CNA, 6.5 years of college in that.
Wow.
And just going, oh, here you go, So I think it was a natural course.
Right. So what
Right.
made you like? So what made you say, okay, this is it. This is all or nothing here. Let's dive in. Like, what made you? What was the final?
My daughter. My
Okay.
daughter, if you really want to know. It was funny because I did not like nursing. I was good at it, but it wasn't it was nothing I had a huge passion for, you know. And nursing is one of those things you really have to have a passion, you know. And again, it's not that I didn't love to go into my job. I didn't love taking care of people. I did. But the political and all that stuff was just, it was horrendous for me.
Right.
But I went to my work every day. And I was agency for most of my career. And it wasn't like I flip-flopped all over the place. I literally would find myself in a facility or some place. I'd be there for a year or two, you know. So I was that type of an agency that just, I did a lot of psych and detox. I did, you know, prison nursing. You name
Wow.
it. I did a lot of it. It was amazing. You know, I loved a lot of parts of my job. But I walked away again for 3 years. And when I came back, I went back to geriatrics. I went back to seeing a lot of things I didn't want to see. I didn't, you know, I knew was there. I knew were there. And I got to the point where I hated literally every day. I hated going to work. It hurt to go to work. I would pray my shifts got canceled. I scheduled less shifts. I went from being at one facility for a very long period of time to bopping from facility to facility because, again, I didn't want to be there. And then it got to the point where I wasn't picking up paychecks, you know, because I worked for a place that didn't like do electronic transfer. It was like, really? And I had to drive an hour and a half to get a paycheck every week. And I realized I hadn't gone to get a paycheck for 6 weeks. But I
Wow.
still felt like I needed that job in order to survive. And I wouldn't give it up. And it got to the point where I was doing one shift a month, you know, and I did that for months. And then one day, and I'll never forget it because it was February 10th of 2020, my daughter and I, my granddaughter and my grandson had, my grandson was already born. We had gone to Farm Fleet and we were like just doing some shopping. I had a shift to do that night. And she buys me a scrub top. God, to me, it's the most ugliest, hideous thing I've ever seen. It is blue. I don't like blue. Anybody that knows me, I'm not a blue person. You know, I'm very color sensitive, and blue really downs me. It doesn't bring me up. It calms to the 10th. And then it's got peace, love, and happiness symbols all over it. I'm also not a person of the 60s. And I literally told them, do not come and ask me if they need anything. What? Yes. Sorry, we don't have any oranges, so I'm always asking. Anyway, we'll go searching for a half hour. So she buys me this really ugly scrub top, and I looked at her. I said, "Why would you buy that for me? You know, I hate that." She goes, "Because you're going to put it on. This is the last night you're going to work. I know you will never put this on again. So you're going to put this on. You're going to go tell everybody you retire. You quit." And that's exactly what I did. That was the last shift I had scheduled. I put it on. I cannot tell you how many compliments I got on that scrub top. They all loved it. And I looked at them and figured, oh, this is just not my place. And they were like, let's book you more hours. And I said, let's not. I retire. And I still have the scrub top. All the rest are gone. I have the scrub top. That one will stay in the shelf, probably the closet forever. But yeah, it was my daughter saying, Mom, just be done. Just walk. And I was like, okay. And strangely enough, a few weeks later, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I never walked back. I never went back in.
So is that when you started like really hammering down on your abilities and going to events and things like that? Or how long have you been doing
I had
events
already been, oh my gosh, Derek, my life was crazy. I would work. 2016 is when I went professional.
Okay.
And I slowly went into things. I moved back southern Wisconsin 2016, 2017, something like that. 2007, the end of 2016. That's when I started doing events. By 2017, I was doing more events. I was back into nursing also. and I would work 50, 60 hours a week as a nurse, Monday through Friday. I get off of work at like 8 o'clock on a Friday night, wake up Saturday morning. This is no joke. Got on a plane, went to the state of Washington in Seattle, and got off the plane in Seattle, got picked up by a car, drove 2 hours away, got ready, did a gallery that night, went to a hotel that night, went to sleep, went up to the fish market, whatever, where they throw the fish back and forth.
Oh, yep.
Got on a plane at 3 o'clock in their afternoon, Washington time, got home and in my own bed by like 9:30 that night, and back on the floor by 6 o'clock the next morning, an hour north of where I live. And that was my life. Like, I would be in Washington, I would be in Indiana, I would literally be at one event somewhere in Minnesota on Saturday, and I would drive until like anywhere from midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning to the other side of Wisconsin and be in another event on Sunday and back on the floor on Saturday and Monday morning.
Wow.
And nobody in my nursing field had any clue what I did on the weekends. And then during the week, if I had time, I was doing readings from home. So yeah, I mean, I had this crazy schedule. I am so much more laid back now than I ever used to be.
That's good.
Right.
Good
Now
for
you have more flexibility.
Yeah. I got my grandkids and slowed down, I think. Now they're getting to an age where I don't need to be here all the time. So, I think it's time to speed things up again.
Right.
Speed it. Get out.
Hell yeah.
That's absolutely. So at Witches of Wellness, you will be doing the self-hypnosis for your lecture. What can people expect from that lecture that will be held on Sunday at 2:30?
Okay, well, I talk a little bit about what self-hypnosis is. Yes. A lot of people always feel like, you need to go find somebody that practices hypnotherapy to be able to go under. And, it's a double-edged sword, because I go there, but it's teaching you to be able to do some of that yourself, being able to find out issues that you might have going on in your lifetime, this lifetime, and or even a past lifetime. If you look at dimensional work, doing that, but using the power of your breath work, going into a meditation and a deeper meditation to where you can retrieve that information to work on things for yourself.
I need that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Like,
we just did this at the Palmer House, and it was really cool. We talk a lot about that. I give out a lot of examples about how I've used it throughout my life, things that I've done, how I've been able to get through like a lot of my fears by using hypnosis. And then we actually do one, time. If time allows me to go, I actually take people into a small meditation, just like 15 minutes. So we're not getting crazy. We're not solving their lifelong problems in 15 minutes, but giving them that idea of this is how it works. This is how it feels, and knowing that they can go a little bit deeper and explore a lot more on their own.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have to see if I can peel away from the front booth.
Same. Alicia.
Willie can hold the fort.
Yeah, Willie can hold the fort. You and Alicia.
I may have to peel away for a couple.
Me and Jenny are going on a meditation freaking session because we need this.
The only way I can meditate is when I do Estes. That's the scary thing. Is like during Estes, I can meditate. Like that's my meditation, is doing Estes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't do it because I'm so ADHD. Like,
me too.
There's ways to get around that, though. Believe it or not.
Me too. I'm ADHD. My brain.
I have a lot of people that are ADHD, or a lot of people that are neurodivergent in some way, but ADHDers, they just have to learn to rock their body a little bit. Because you're used to movement. Everything moves so fast. So you know what? When you have that, you can't stop. Just move your body. Just move it a little bit, just so slightly, and then pay attention to your breath, because your minds want to go every place. So it's always just focus on your breathing, bring it back to breath. And you wouldn't believe how fast you can go under.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can peel away from the front desk or front table.
Hold on, let me.
Definitely want to do that.
You guys are pretty. You can do that.
Oh, it actually. Not bad for a couple seconds.
It works because it takes your mind off everything and it puts
Right.
you in this almost the mom rocking the cradle movement.
Yes.
Does that make
I was
sense?
just thinking that.
Yeah.
So it kind of puts you in this, oh, this feels nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and your brain just forgets that you're rocking.
Too bad they
Yeah.
didn't have adult-sized cradles.
I know. Wouldn't that be great? Everybody would meditate.
Oh my God. I'd be in that every day. Mama.
I would do
No,
that
I'm
every
just
day.
kidding.
Yeah.
Now that you know you can do this, you'd probably be doing it every day anyway. You'd be like, I need to calm. Maybe at work. And
He's at work
Oh,
just going like
God.
this.
They're going to be like, what the fuck?
They're gonna be like,
It's so calm.
did you smoke something, Derek? What are you doing?
Right?
His closest friends will be going, Derek, go rock yourself. Right?
Now rock yourself.
You're like, go walk yourself, Derek.
Maybe
So
that's what Michael
another-
Jackson was saying when he said that in a song.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The signs. Man, that's awesome.
So another thing that you will be doing at Riches of Wellness is your gallery reading.
Yes.
Talk about what people will expect if they've never been part of a gallery reading and how it will go.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't know what to expect from a gallery.
With a gallery, you know, a lot of people have either they know about John Edwards or they know about Teresa Caputo, you know.
Right.
Or you see those things on TV. You know, John Edwards is our OG for, you know, galleries on TV itself.
Yes.
Where Teresa Caputo does more of them now than she ever did before. So when you see like Teresa Caputo on her TV show and she's, you know, running around a restaurant, you know, I'm basically doing the same thing, except for I don't run around. You know, I don't like to get into everybody's energy. I stay to myself. I stay up on, you know, front of everybody. That's my happy place. So basically what I'm going to do is I always say it's a first come first serve, but it's not first come first serve for the audience. That's the other side. They line up on the other side and I bring through as many as I possibly can. Now for myself, I literally have them come in and tell me, you know, maybe how they passed away, something about them. I get tons of information and spit that out to somebody. Can anybody take this? And, you know, it's amazing because and all the time I've been doing this, I think there's only been a couple I had to shelf. And then somebody else always comes back later and says, that was mine. I'm like, there you go. But literally, it's bringing through your loved ones. You know, I always say it's kind of like OJ Simpson. You know, the spirit's going to fit perfect with, you know, the audience member. You know, you're going to know it's your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your best friend, whatever this is. Okay. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's more of a meet or greet. So this isn't a private reading. I really do my best to get in and out in 5 to 8 minutes. You know, sometimes it gets a little lengthy if we got somebody on the other side that's wants to talk a lot, but it's really just coming through and proving that life exists beyond death of the body. And some beautiful messages, you know. I always tell people messages are not all about love, though. It's not always, oh, they love you. I mean, those are nice messages, but sometimes it's just, you need to get your shit together. You know, sometimes it's, have been to the doctor lately, you know, it's whatever they need, you know, to bring through for you to say, hey, I'm here. I'm with you all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's beautiful, but it is in a public setting. So it's not individual. Again, we get through as many as we can get through. I'm not the medium that hits everybody in the room, you know, give me 50, 60. Nope, that's Sarah Lamos. Let her do that. She's freaking amazing at that.
She is amazing at that.
I'm going to have to sit down and watch her sometime and just go. I mean, her and I are doing a gallery together next year. So I'm going to have to kind of like sneak in on the gallery and go, how does she do this? You know, 50 years people in there.
Yeah, she can go hit like almost everyone. I'm like, how?
I know. It's amazing. How? And every medium is different. All of us are different. Cindy Kaysa is all about her names. You know what I mean? I'm not the names medium. I tend to be the more medical medium. So it's bringing through in different ways.
Yeah.
So
I've met one, maybe two, like in person that I've talked to a couple of times, just passing by. The first time I was freaking blown away by some of the stuff that he was saying, and I'm like, wow, like I've never really crossed paths or really let open to that, and once we did, we were at a Paracon one year, a few years back. I think like 4 years ago when we first really started like investigating and had a team and stuff. Anyway, so like I want to know more, and I want because it's just, to me it's like, how the hell do you know like some of this stuff, like, and
Right.
I don't know what it is for me, but it's like almost like a little bit of an adrenaline rush because I'm like, oh man, that's awesome that you can do that. You have that ability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's the mystery behind all that, and maybe I don't know what it is for me, but I'm drawn to it, and I just don't reach out personally to people more. Maybe that I need to. Maybe I need to reach out more and talk to people.
Right.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Like,
think
I
Oh,
wish
go
I was
ahead.
cool. I'm just saying.
sometimes we do, sometimes we don't,
right.
Yeah.
I don't reach out anymore. I never go out for readings anymore. Just
Oh, so
I don't know if it's because
Yeah.
it's my life now or what, but if I need
You're
that
around it so
information,
much.
yeah,
Right.
if I need that information, I'll reach out to a friend and that's in the field, and I'll go, oh my God, can you tell me what you see on this? And it's
Okay,
in
so
one
you
quick
can't like do
question,
your
done.
own. Okay, so you can't do like your own
Oh
thing.
God, no.
Mm-mm.
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I can wake up every morning. I will see parts of my life throughout my day. I mean, yeah, I get that all the time. My guys like to tell me, oh, you better watch out. It's going to be a sticky situation. So I get parts of my life throughout my day, possibly into the week, whatever it might be, which is really cool. It's just kind of like foresight. But am I getting details like I get for somebody else? No. But it's not the same,
Right.
But yeah, I get that. But the thing is with that being said, I will doubt me more than if I'm doing it for somebody else. If I'm doing a reading for you, I'm not going to doubt anything I'm saying. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's your place to doubt, not mine. I'm just giving it to you. If
Yeah.
you look at me and you go, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to look at your guys and yeah, they say I'm right. So you just go deal with it. You know what I mean? And you can tell me later. I mean, it happened with Jenny not that long ago.
Yeah, it was like at
You
Obscura, I went up to Diet and I was like, hey, what do you see about my hand? She goes, May. And guess what? I had surgery in May. And now I probably will have to have another surgery.
And the thing is I think I looked at you and you're like, are they going to fix me? I'm like, no.
No. And
Yeah.
I just walk away like,
and funny thing is, Diet, it's been 8 weeks since surgery today. And I'm still having worse pain than I did before the surgery. And now I have to go in back next week before I fly out and see what the doctor wants to do because I can't even move my wrist.
Just cut the damn thing off.
Look how swollen
Just
it
kidding.
is. Like,
yeah, that's kind of yeah, that's no fun.
No.
Fun.
So I'm like,
wait, was that in a cast or was that like your actual?
That's my hand.
Oh my God.
Like that big bump is all the swelling.
Oh.
And they pushed my hand too much last week at PT that it screwed my hand up again. So now I have to go back and see what the doctor wants to do. But the intuition in me is already telling me to prep me for another surgery because I'm like, just getting that feeling. You have to go with that intuition.
Are you going back to the same doctor or are you going to choose a different one?
I'll go back to the same one next week, and then I want to get a second opinion because
give her the second opinion.
She can tell me the second opinion next week when I see her.
You'll eventually get through it. It's okay.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I had a quick question. Going back to what we were just talking about. You kind of was like hitting on like a premonition type thing. Do you get premonitions?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh, yeah. And the more you're open up to it, the more you get. But you also have to trust. You have to trust.
Right. So certain situations when you get these premonitions and stuff, How do you try to like, if it's kind of like, oh my God, I should avoid that situation because I just saw this. Do you try to do that, or do you just let your day go on like normal,
No,
or do you try to like dodge?
for me, it's really cool because like I'll get a premonition of, say, a negative situation, what somebody would, deem as a negative situation.
Yeah.
And I'll go, okay, thank you for that. Now I know how to handle this before I won't get hit sideswiped, which is kind of nice because a lot of times when you get sideswiped, what happens? You stand there like, oh my God, what's going on? Or you react before you can think. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I get that hit. Okay, this is going to happen. Number one, I always start sending love to something. I know that sounds really weird for a lot of people, but I instantly, when I get that premonition that something's going to be kind of negative, kind of heavy, I start sending love. Just gonna try to diffuse it before it happens. Because when I start sending that love, is I want that person to have the best possible outcome of whatever this is. And a lot of times they'll figure it out before they ever come to me. But if they haven't, then you know what? I've already kind of prepped that for a different type of an environment versus having a big blowout or fight or whatever it might be. Okay. I'll get the feeling go to the store or don't go there. You know what I mean? It is that not sure what this is, but not gonna go there, But then again, a lot of times it comes down to trust. You just have to trust the information coming in. And we all get it.
We all have that instinct, right?
I'm not a special person out here going, oh, I'm just, you have to be a psychic medium to get this. No, everybody.
Not at all. Not at all.
We're just a little bit more, I guess, in tune to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say in tune to it.
Yeah, and we all have like a self instinct, right? Like that's a real thing. So go with your instinct, right? Yeah, intuition, instinct, and always go with the gut feeling because 9 times out of 10, like your gut feelings are always right. Yeah.
See, 13 years ago when I wasn't really open. Well, okay, I was open, but I wasn't really into it all yet. I had gone to Waverly Hills, had that gut feeling, didn't listen to it, got attacked, and that's when Skywork told me, what the fuck are you doing? You're not shutting yourself down before you go into these haunted locations.
Right.
And I have to say, I went back to Waverly Hills 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and I faced my freaking fear of the 4th floor of Waverly Hills.
Nice.
I listened to my intuition. I knew when it was time to go. I knew when it was time to go back up. So you have to listen to that intuition, even on investigations. Like, listen to it because 100%. It's trying to protect you from something that might happen down.
Right. If you start feeling a certain way, just step away from the situation.
You have to do it because it's trying to protect you. It's trying to tell you a message.
Yeah.
And don't be me. Don't do what I do. Don't listen to it. What I didn't do back in 13 years ago. Don't do what I did.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love this conversation.
Yeah, it's taught me so much in the whatever minute I've known her. It feels like it's been forever since I've known her.
I want to say hi to Bill and hi to Morgan Caldwell. They're on my Facebook site because I shared there.
Oh, okay.
Morgan Caldwell was like, hi, everybody. And Mel's like, hugs and, big hugs to everybody.
Are they watching in?
They are. So they're on my Facebook site watching. So there's that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, when TikTok or when Facebook doesn't connect.
While I'm here, but I will keep going back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So for people who are trying to open up to their gifts or they know that they have gifts but don't know what to do with them, what is your biggest piece of advice for those individuals? Work
on their 2D senses. Learn to see.
2D?
Learn to use your eyes. Learn to see. Learn to use your ears. Learn to listen. Point blank. Use your normal senses. I always tell people, I can't necessarily teach you how to use your psychic senses, but I can teach you how to use your regular senses. And once you start to really pay attention, all of a sudden the other really starts to show up. and it's
Mhm.
really strong. Like then I'm not shutting it off because I know all we're going to do is practice, practice, practice. I'm going to teach you some tricks of the trade. I'm going to teach you some stuff to really start to enhance that. But in my beginners, I literally look at everybody and it's like I apologize right off to every mother and father and grandparent and anybody that helps with children. But we don't teach our kids how to pay attention. We tell them that, don't you see it in front of you? See what? How do you want me to see? What do you want me to see? What is it that they're looking at? Or we'll tell them, can't you hear me? Have you taught them how to hear? Or do you just assume that they have ears and eyes, they know how to use it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We don't do that. We go on that assumption, when it comes to emotions and feelings. We don't look at our children and say, hey, those are really big feelings that are going on right now. Let's process those. Let's break those down. Instead, it's like, oh my God, why are you throwing a temper tantrum? It's so again, we don't do this. We
Yeah, and I
don't
think
just
it's
work with children. And so I go back and say, hey, let's work through this. Let's get you so that you understand how to see, how to hear, how to feel things, how to know things, how to trust you. And probably the biggest thing is to be able to look in the mirror and call you and understand and believe that you're a badass and that you got this and you can do this and you deserve this because it's your birthright. Because when you turn around and look at it so often, whether it's religion or society or social, wherever it comes from, we're told that this isn't good. This is against God. Well, no, God gave it to you. You know what I mean? I pray before every reading. I pray before everything I do. It's my birthright. It's your birthright.
Right.
When you look at on the scientific, chart there, we're all mammals. We're no different than than the coyote or the fox in the woods.
right.
What are they using? They're using their gut instincts and all of their senses to survive. We are no different. Just because we can talk and process. Matter of fact, we're probably not as smart. Why? Because they teach their young how to do this stuff. We do not.
Yeah.
Right.
So I take people back to the basics. Let's strip everything away. Go look at a tree.
Yeah.
And they look at me. Go look at your assignment this week. I want you to go look at a tree. I want you to tell me all the details about that tree. Everything. I want you to get close up and personal with that tree. And they just kind of look at me like, okay. And then they're shocked because they come back and they're going, the tree didn't look like I thought it did. No, not even close. It's not even close to what you thought it was.
Wow.
But it's huge because when you start to use, the body and you start to understand it, the rest just shows up. And then
Yeah.
I can teach you all the tricks that I know, all the everything else I know. When I say tricks, it's how to get more information, how to pull that from yourself, how to push yourself to get more and more and more.
That's just like kind of like in everyday life,
Mm-hmm.
without the ability side of it, but just everyday life when you wake up, those self affirmations like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you got this. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
You're smart. You're going to kick ass every day. Because when you put those positive words into, like, if you say them out loud, it comes to life,
Yeah.
and I think people need to do that more often.
Right.
And also, like, people, they tend to it's easy for me to say, but ignore the emotions and ignore what's going on because it's easier
Mm-hmm.
instead of dealing with it. And these are everyday situations in life and stuff,
Yep.
you know. And like you said, like, look around,
Mm-hmm.
listen to what's going on. This is a life teaching lesson, maybe. So
Yeah.
take it for what it is. Stop. I'm just gonna say, stop being a baby, and like, just go, listen to what's going on around you because there's something telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, there's something telling me something right now. Like, I've got things going on, and hey, you wake up, maybe I need to lose some weight, maybe I need to go exercise, maybe I need to start doing stuff. Something's telling me something, something's telling you something,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So listen, right?
Yep.
You
I
have
love
to
it.
just
I love it.
listen. You teach about automatic writing.
I
For people
do.
who don't know what that is, if they haven't like really seen it happen in person, what is it and what do you do during automatic writing?
Well, automatic writing is actually working with claircognizance, which is clear thinking. I stopped trying to use the clear words terminology only because people don't know what they are. Let's be real. People scream themselves, I'm clairvoyant. Oh my God, you see things. No, I hear. No, then you're not clairvoyant.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You know what I mean? It's a new world. So clear thinking is what it is. It's what the skill, or clear knowing is what it is. And what it is you're literally using a piece of paper and a pen and allowing spirit to come straight through you. And I know that sounds kind of creepy, but because it's not like they're taking over your body, because they're not, I always tell people, get a piece of, if you've never really done it before, I do suggest using pen and paper versus typewriter or keyboard, because in keyboard we're trained to also fix our mistakes right away. With writing, we're trained to ignore them until later, so I always suggest people use a piece of paper and a pen. Write down a question on a piece of paper. Quite frankly, it's the easiest way to do. And you're going to go into a slight relaxation meditate, not a deep meditation. It's just kind of like a few moments of breathing and trying to clear your mind and not even thinking about the question. You're just clearing your mind and allowing whoever it is you're asking, whether it's your higher self, your guides, a loved one, the universe, whatever it is, to come through to, write the words for you to understand the answer to the question, and then when you're ready to open your eyes and start writing. Okay. And I know everybody's like, what am I supposed to? I don't know. Just start writing. Rewrite your question if that's what you have to do. Rewrite your question. I can remember going, when I lost my Facebook account, why the heck did I lose my Facebook account? Was my question when I was actually teaching automatic writing. And everybody's like, oh, this should be fun. And I just started writing, boom, boom, boom. And it's really cool because with automatic writing, when something else starts to take over is because with normal writing, you kind of think it and then you write it. With automatic writing, it's writing and you're reading it after it's written. And you're like, okay. And you're just going with it. And all of a sudden the pen just stops and you're like, and it's done. There's no more message. Unless you only got like 2 messages to, take a deep breath, start all over again. If you only got like 2 lines. But spirit will keep going until they got the answer out. The cool thing is I always tell people, go back and reread what you wrote. Number 1, it's not going to be in the tone that you normally use. It's not going to use words you normally use. It's going to be as if it came from somebody else. Number 2, the handwriting is more than likely not going to be yours either, which is really awesome. And I always suggest to people, when you do automatic writing, especially in the beginning, do one for yourself and then do one for a friend or a neighbor or somebody else. Because when you hand that to somebody else and they go, holy cow, how did you know this? How did you get this? All of a sudden you'll start trusting yours more. What I like about automatic writing is it gives people that when you're not really trusting yourself or your intuition, or you don't know what words to use, being able to put it in pen and paper, you know what I mean? It gives that hard copy of, thank you. Thank you for writing it down for me. Thank you for writing the manual for me. Here you go. So it's a beautiful tool to use. And I know a lot of people that use it just, they love it. They love it. And spirit likes it, especially when you go into haunted locations.
Oh, yeah.
I was just about to ask.
Oh my gosh. They love to use, automatic writing. Why? Because they're like, oh my gosh, somebody can listen to me and they can write it all down. And this is awesome. So it's an amazing tool. It's amazing.
Do you have to think about it?
No,
or just
you don't think. It's not thinking. That's the thing you take out of it, is the thought process.
And you
if
just
you're
start.
thinking, you're not doing it right.
Okay.
The only rules to it is literally you have to hold the pen and you have to look down at what you're writing. Because I have had people try to balance a pen and think the pen's going to go off on its own. It doesn't happen that way. I've had people that hold the pen and try to look up like they're trying not to peek to see what the answer is.
Yeah.
And they've got scribbles all over the paper and they can't figure it out. So you have to literally be looking, So Super cool though.
Yeah, I've seen like Cindy Kaza do it at events.
A rock
It's
star.
like I wish I could do something like that. I just might,
She's
I will.
really
I'll do my Estes sessions and just
Yeah.
have things just come out of my mouth and I don't know what I'm saying. But that can also get me in trouble sometimes. So, but you have 2 projects, well, 3 technically with Larry.
yes.
You have the Seance and the Seance Bloodlines.
Mm-hmm.
Talk
Those are
about,
already done, and the Sans Bloodlines is actually in editing now, or almost in editing.
So, what is the Seance, and then what is going to come out with the Bloodlines second?
Okay, the Seance. I think it's done with film festivals. Not sure, but it went off to film festivals. And honestly, I don't know where it's at. I know Larry has it.
I know I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I have no clue where it's going. I'm just in it. It's funny because we honestly thought the project was going to go down a documentary about the house and the inhabitants and all that. And so we have 2 full days and evenings of investigation footage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That never got put into it. None of it got put into it because what happened was, we did the seance, and the seance was, I went into trance on the grounds of the Roth house, or the Roth house. Outside, it was freezing. There was over 150 people in circles around me. So bunches of circles. Oh yeah, it was a lot of people. Lots of people. I had however many at my table. I brought an amazing lady with me that was my anchor right there, and she just grabbed my energetic feet and just yanked me to the ground and held me there. And I went under. I basically went to sleep, and I let I thought was going to happen. I honestly thought that Mary Roth or Lorenzi Venom or one of those people that have lived there would come through. That's not what happened. It was the loved ones of the people in the crowd that came through. And apparently they captured on film over 30 messages. Now they only had me out for an hour, and it's over 30 messages of 30 different people that came in, talked, and left. And when you go into trance, I'm literally opening my energy for somebody else's consciousness to come through and talk. So that was pretty amazing. So the seance is really about, love and how it exists and how loved ones are still there and the beauty of that. Okay. It's just this amazing story of how life exists after. And of course there's so much more, but it's just really cool. Now I felt this need to go back, and I will tell you what, it wasn't all me, but I was annoying as heck. You know what I mean? Because I can't film it. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can just show up, and I always say, go to sleep is what I do. But I really felt this need. We had to go back. We had to let the story of the occupants talk, because so often, and it's been done here, the Roth house, what's really cool about this house is it is literally it's the site of the first documented possession in spirit of a person and of a soul possessing a body. It's the first documented one in history. This is a spiritualist story. It's beautiful. It's healing, and they changed the story. People changed the story over time. People went in there, mediums went in there and said, oh, it's this. Other people said, oh, it's that, and so the story's been kind of hazed. You get the gist of it, and then of course everybody makes their mark on it. And some make it scary, some make it not so scary. And then there is other timelines there of people that live there. So I really wanted to go back. I really wanted to tell the story, and I wanted to go in and let them speak. Not us, not a ghost box, no EVPs, no nothing. Let them come through. The beauty of it is I knew we were going back for a weekend to do this filming. I knew I was going to go into trance. I knew we were specifically asking for the members that have lived in the house prior to go through. what I did not know were they were bringing 2 straight bloodline relatives of Lorancy Venoms there.
Oh, wow.
Who had just learned about Lorancy at the seance the fall before. And they weren't at the seance, but they were there for an event that we had done. So they just learned about their grandma. They had, or great grandma. They never knew because Lorancy kept everything hush because obviously her story blew up. She was this huge thing back in the mid 1800s. Get the heck out of Dodge. You know what I mean? And she ended up in California. So they just learned about their grandma. They had no clue that she was the first. They had no clue that this was going on. So they brought 2 of them in, which was amazing. And the weird thing is I found out like literally the first filming of that weekend is, we got guests here, but we're going to surprise you. Don't know who they are. Okay. Okay. What's going to happen? And literally it was, they're here. Come on out. And I walk out and I looked at them. I go, I know you 2. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, oh yeah. You were straight up Lorancy. I know you're not Lorancy, but man, you were straight up Lorancy. I don't know if I met you before, whatever, but I know your energy. And I looked at the other lady and I said, I know you too. You're Mary Roth. And she looked at me and I said, you've got her energy. It's all over you. And both of them actually are blood relatives to Lorancy and not to Mary. There is no blood connection to Mary. Wow. So when I went under, it literally is, and I had to make sure Larry was on film for this one. I had to. He's a phenomenal interviewer. He keeps his gut reactions out, his emotions out of it. You know what I mean? He just wants to dig down to that. So I knew he had to be there. Neil is very much into emotion, very much into that, which is awesome. So we had me in the middle, the ladies on each other side of me, and then Larry and Neil with cameras just on us in the room where they used to do their trance mediumships way back in the day. Like, again, this was a spiritualist house, and we let the families come through. We let the members come through. And that's what Bloodlines is taking it back, using, these ladies to help encourage that voice to come through. Their story was told, so much more of their story they came through with. I still don't know it all. I've heard bits and pieces. I get to hear the more of the story when it comes out, just like everybody else. So I'm super excited for that. Yeah. And then, you've got different timelines that came through too that decided they were going to show up. Psychic speed run.
Hold on, I have the picture for that one because it's kind of cut off on you.
Oh, yeah. That is something that's a creation of Larry. And that is really the promo has been done. 1 episode so far. It's just a promo, and things were going to change from there. And now it's like finding out when we can get timelines to come together. But literally,
you both are crazy busy.
Anybody ever watched Larry and I on Facebook Live? It's funny. He calls it absconding. He's absconded me. So it's basically a takeoff of that. Larry goes, what are you doing on this day? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to pick you up this time. This is what I know. How long am I going to be gone? And how should I dress? That's all I know. Other than that, I am clueless where I'm going. Now, on the Facebook Lives, we'd be there for an hour or 2. He's taken that time limit away. So literally, we're getting close to it. He pulls over and he starts, and I'm already feeling like, oh my God, we're getting really close. He's like, what? I'm like, and then I'm starting to get stuff. And he's like, okay, like, hold on. And he'll pull over. He mics me up. He does everything. He gets back in the car and he hits the button. You know what I mean? To get that portion of it. But that's not part of the actual show itself. Or at least I don't think it is. I don't know. Larry will do with it what he wants. But we get into the establishment, and I know nothing. And he hits a timer. I hit a timer on my phone. I've got 30 minutes. That's it. To have spirit tell me everything about that house, and as many spirits are in that house or the story or whatever, but I've got 30 minutes. The first place we did was a tavern up north. It was the tavern, and upstairs, the grounds, everything. And they came through fast and furious. So it's, and it's totally, and Larry's got a camera on him because he knows what's going on. He knows the history. So you get, and I'm told Larry gets all these really awesome facial features when I'm reading on his things. Like, I guess it's funny as heck, people tell me. So basically, I'm going off, and you get this camera on his face to see his facial features or whatever he's doing. But yeah, 30 minutes. And when the timer goes off, I get to finish what I'm stating and we're done. And then the person who owns the place or knows the history comes out and tells us what was right,
that's
what
cool.
was wrong.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
It's testing my abilities to the 10th.
Yeah.
So,
I want to see.
it's fun. It's fun. It's, you have so much doubt. And I'm like going, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. And then he's like, and hit, and off we go. It's like, do. And it's every time. It's like clockwork. So it hasn't happened that it hasn't worked so far. So, but people really liked it in the lives. So Larry just gave me a time limit now.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
He's just seen, he likes to push to see what I can or cannot do.
You're right.
Yeah.
He likes to push and see what people can do. Yeah,
he does, and it just works really well. But I think also Spirit's funny because you see that big old contraption.
Mm-hmm.
He wears that during it, so he can follow me everywhere. And the first one, I took him upstairs into tight corners and like roofs that were like right here, and he's like and trying to get himself into places that follow me, and he's like, made it, and then I'm like 2 minutes here, I'm like, okay, we got to go back now. He's looking at me like, dang it, go. And now he's trying to get down these same stairs, and they're always narrow. These buildings are always narrow, straight downstairs with that doorway that's really, really short. And here's poor Larry trying to get through them. So it's a hoot. It's funny. I think it is anyway. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's fun though.
So besides oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say we need some sneak peek reels or something of these.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Facebook still allowed the all the past ones to be there, you could go back and see a bunch of them me and Larry have done for the Facebook Lives. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time. It's just that Facebook, shuts those down
Sometimes
after a while.
Yeah. Facebook's like, nope, you're done. You're done. Yeah.
Hell
so besides Riches of Wellness, where can people see you? Where can they get classes with you? Readings, all that fun stuff.
Being the summer, things are a little bit slower. You know what I mean? But that's okay. I was going to bring out my paper, but you know what? That takes too long. I done caught up. My 55-year-old butt now uses a calendar on my phone, which is really weird. Who knew I would be capable of doing that? So where am I at? Okay, let's get back to in July. Also in July, I'm at Witches and Wellness. That's it. I'm doing readings from home classes. People can go to my website for classes or readings which is just, I can't talk, Ranae.com, and they can book anything off that. They can send me a message off of that to get more on classes, more on readings, whatnot. My next event is actually back at the Palmer. So excited for this one. It's Adam Berry, myself, Kevin Swanson, Dave Schrader, and they just added, oh my God, her name. I can't think of her name. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
Person.
I think I saw the picture. Hold
yes,
on.
I met her so briefly. So briefly. Oh my God.
Dang it. Puerto Rican. Oh. Let's see if they have it on here.
Francis is her first name. Oh my God, I'm so off. I feel so bad. I believe her first name is Francis, but she's a healer. She's awesome though. And I think she's a shaman. Don't quote me on that. Oh my God, I'm so awful. She is also Francis is a shaman. There we go. Shaman.
Awesome.
So again, she's going to be there. I've met her. I have not experienced her work. But I have met her. I met her briefly last October, and literally it was an in and out brief, really quick type of thing. But she's been added to the lineup, so I'm super excited for that. So I'll be doing a gallery up there and I'll be doing individual readings during the time that I'm there. Adam obviously is, the star of the show, which is super awesome. I am teaching, tentatively teaching an intermediate course, August 8th and 9th, tentatively, and hopefully getting back to Iowa again later in the month of August.
Nice.
And then September's fast, guys. I'm in Maine. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm back to Illinois, down to Waseca with Chris again. I mean, I am all over the place. So, which is super awesome. I love it. Let's do it. Hoot, hoot.
You're always busy.
Huh?
That's good.
I said you're always busy, just like me.
I love it. I love it. So all over the place. And
Awesome.
and it looks like this next year is going to be hopefully even busier. So
that's good. Keeps you out of trouble sometimes.
Mhm.
Gets me with all my.
You were supposed to say it keeps you out of trouble.
Because I get all the peeps come together and we're all together going.
Yeah,
Hell
I know,
yeah.
right? Get all the paranormal people together and you see what happens.
We have fun.
Oh yeah, especially at like the after hour parties.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I get to watch everybody else get messy hair as they drink. So it's pretty
right.
awesome.
We all watch the people get drunk.
Yeah,
that's fun. So we will both see you next weekend. I'm so used to saying I will see you.
Yeah.
But we will both see you next weekend. At Riches of Wellness in Dekalb, Illinois. So if you guys are close by, if you're in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, come up, hang out with us for the weekend. There'll be lectures with metaphysical topics, spiritual topics, anything like that. There'll be workshops where you can make things and take home with you. You can do gallery reading with Diet, a seance with Christina Bloom. There's over 40 vendors of different types of products, services, anything like that, all weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Diet will be there at her booth doing readings throughout the weekend as well. And she's bringing her granddaughter, who will be asking everybody to get their tattoos done.
Yes.
We all love her.
To be there again, so
yeah.
Yeah.
We loved her at Obscura. She was so cute. She's always cute at events.
She loves her paranormal people.
Yeah.
That's her paranormal family, and she just loves to come back. She does. And gosh, it had her and Mike Gigliano and me went and had her, her own private investigation of the building. We had a blast.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Mike was so much fun. I love him.
It was so much fun.
He's amazing.
I remember she came in once with us and some things were happening and she's like, okay, I'm not, I gotta.
We're leaving now. We're leaving.
I gotta
go. Bye.
Yeah.
So if anyone is watching or listening later and wants a reading with Diet, go to her website. What is it again?
DietRanae.com.
There.
It's up on the screen, yeah.
Contact her about getting a reading. Otherwise, come out to Riches of Wellness or any of her upcoming events and meet her, get a reading, connect with her. She's amazing. She's helped me in so many different times throughout the years I've known her. So she's always one of my top ones. So if I ever need a psychic reading or help, I always go to Diet or my other couple of people I really trust. I've learned to not trust a lot of people. So Diet is one of the very special ones up there. So we will see you next Saturday. Well, I'll probably see you Friday if you set up Friday, but
no, I'll come Saturday morning.
You're coming Saturday morning. I will see you Saturday morning.
She'll probably be flying in from California Saturday and then have to go back to work Sunday at 6 a.m.
I would do that in a heartbeat. Life on the road is an amazing life. So
it really is, because you get to see new places, meet new people, and experience things that you don't usually experience at home. Exactly. That's what I like. Exactly. You get to do new things. So
hell yeah.
But have a great night. Stay cool. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And we will see you next weekend.
Bye-bye, guys.
See you next weekend.
So next weekend, again, you guys, July 11th and 12th, Dekalb, Illinois. Be there, be square, or you will miss out on a great event. Get your tickets today at witchesofwellness.com. You can get your entry tickets. You can get your workshop tickets. All of that information is on the website along with the schedule. Or you can go to our Facebook page, Witches of Wellness Expo on Facebook and check out all the information, see all the vendors, see all the speakers, workshops, lectures, all that information on the Facebook page. But we do recommend getting tickets early, especially for the workshops, because they are capped at between 10 and 14 people. So definitely get your tickets if you want a workshop ticket, like a gallery reading seance. I think there's a roll-on workshop where you get to make your own abundance roll-on oil. There's like a money bowl workshop. There's several great options next weekend. So y'all need to get your tickets. Come out, see us. I will be the first person you'll probably see when you enter the room. And just come out, hang out. You never know what we'll do after the hours. Probably
and you'll be able to get to see all of us. And
yes,
if
you want to get a hotel, I recommend the Red Roof in DeKalb. Call and get that book because they will sell out. But we will not have a show next Sunday because it is Expo weekend. All right, next weekend is this Sunday. Is 4th of July weekend. No show because we will all be out celebrating recovery from that. The following weekend, no show because of the Expo. And we will return on the 19th with, I just had this open and I closed it. Let's see. I cannot remember. I just closed it. Why did I close it? We will have Joe Shortridge on. He is a podcaster, author, investigator. And then the following weekend, we have James Anito, who is a demonologist, author, and paranormal investigator. And then we jump to August when we welcome Heather Rebo back onto the show. And then we are booked through the end of the year. We are already booking into 2027, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
We are taking the month of December off because it's the holiday season and we all are crazy with things happening. We might pull a special show or something during December.
Yeah.
But we'll probably take December and part of January off for the holidays because, we got to do the family things, right?
Yep.
But we will hopefully all see you next weekend on the 11th and 12th in DeKalb, Illinois, which is about an hour out of Chicago. And then we'll see you back here on the 19th on Sunday nights or normal nights. And y'all stay warm, or stay cool in ridiculous heat.
Oh, we're staying warm.
Yeah, we're staying really warm. I really hope it chills out before next weekend.
Right? I'm thinking it's going to, which is going to be good. It's going to be good weather.
Well, I do know that building has really good AC, so if it is hot, we will be fine inside.
Yeah.
Because it gets cold in that building when they turn the AC on. I've seen that. I've dealt with that. But we will see everyone back here on the 19th. Have a great night, everyone.
Toodles.
Toodles.